say, I know they there. I'm saying, but if they ain't there, okay, what happened when I give them all to you and they ain't there? Is you gonna believe me? Or is you gonna be still right here, like, you know what I mean? That nigga ain't going for that. Look, this nigga said, fuck that shit. Nigga, it's up here. Take the bag. See, Dakota would have took the bag. Look, he don't take the bag. The treat's in the bag. The treat is one of them in the bag, but I still got like two sitting right here. But he won't take the bag. Watch this. The whole aroma is in the bag. Like my last dog would have just grabbed the whole bag. Like, let me get this bag. Let me see. I'm gonna see what's going on in this bag. Okay, I'm gonna put all the treats in the bag. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna see if this nigga still take the bag. See if he did not take the bag. Still didn't take the bag. Look, he's still up at the same spot. He's still at the spot. You think it's up there. Look at this nigga. Bro, they in the bag. Take the bag. He's still on my desk. Y'all on the mic and shit. Eric, take the bag. There you go. You got it now. He took the bag. Alright. Back to business. See, my last dog would have told that bag, and you can give her a bag of chips, like half the bag, one of them small bags, half the bag, and just give it to her. That's one thing I loved about it. But I was doing that for a while with her. I would give her the bag and make her, dig all off in the bag or rip the bag up to get it. I really haven't been doing that with him, so this is new to him. Like right now, he's stepping on the seal to the bag. But that's what I need to do, give him more stuff like that and let him figure it out. But he growing though, He don't use it in the house no more. Bro, I gave you the whole bag. He can't figure it out. He done stepped on the seal. I thought he sealed the bag.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're thinking of getting your bathroom remodeled, don't do it. My mom's outdated bathroom needed to be remodeled. Our friend, who is a realtor, told her to apply for this 2025 bathroom remodel relief service that he uses for all.
Bro, I ain't trying to hear that. I ran into he owed me some money. He probably thought I was there to ask him for the money, but I actually was there just to get away from the house. And then while I was there with him, I started talking to him. Man, I think really what I've been thinking lately is I've been wanting to do it. I hate that I don't hate people for doing what they want to do if that's how you feel. But I've been feeling like this for a long time. Because I used to watch 2020. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch Barbara Walters. I used to watch 60 Minutes with Lester Hoyt. Like, I'm from the news, interview, current event world. You know what I mean? So like soft white underbelly, all that has been in my blood before when I was a youth. I said all that to say this, like the individual like me and him came to a certain area around the same time, and like he was talking yesterday. I don't want to expose none of it, but I really think the interview thing is the route that I'm gonna go. Like I really need to go because I think people's stories need to be heard. They need to be heard to help people reflect, or for people to know that they're not the only ones going through something. Everyone is going through something. You know what I mean? Everybody in life. Everyone has something. It doesn't pop up every day, or on a daily basis, but but it's something that pops up that bothers them, you know, and they probably sit in silence and try to figure it out, you know, on their own. I thought about his interview because this is a really intelligent guy, and he has walked down a unique path in his life for us with the substance and, you know, the drug dealing and just to go back to the life before the, you know, the drug influence and all that. He worked for AT&T as like a call servant, a manager or something like that. He went to a prestige college or whatever. But I really think people need to hear this individual story. And there's so many other stories that I really think people need to hear. And I want it to be heard. I want to give these people a voice. And, you know, I want them to... I want for my brother what I want for me, you know, and you know, the life and the way things have been carved out and structured for us. You know, you work till you retire and get a pension from your retirement and live off that or Social Security or whatever, but it doesn't really make sense because we're working till we're gray, you know. Snoop said it. You work so hard till your head turned gray. You know what I mean? He said that back in the 90s. But I think it's structured so messed up that people don't want to fall in line with it because it's like, what type of life is that? You know, we only get one life and people want to enjoy their life. And some people, you know, the way things are structured, they go according to that, to the American way. You know, they say the picket white fence, and you know, some people, they really abide by that structure. Work till they was 60. When they 60, they ain't got the energy to play basketball, tennis, or whatever to enjoy their retirement. Now they old and just want to sit around and don't. And I don't think it's. And I think the way things are structured, that people. Like this individual I talked to, and then I had a friend before, and I really didn't understand it. He was always trying to explain it to me. For it's like, man, I'm tired of, you know, he didn't use the words rat race. I had another friend speak on the rat race and the politics of it. You know what I mean? But well, I'm gonna put names to these individuals so you can follow along what I'm saying. I had a friend named Happy Feet always used to tell me about, man, I'm in my retirement. I'm in my retirement. He worked 28 years at the UPS office. Was it 28 or 23? But he had other jobs before that. You know, he was a truck driver. And I want to say he went to the service, but in the service he was like a chef or something. But and just listening to my friend yesterday and thinking about Happy Feet, and then my friend Kurt, my last boss Kurt, how his brother always used to say the rat race, and I think of my other homie Adam and how we talking about getting back in the rat race, you know, of running a business, paying bills and things like this. The reason I brought that up, because the first friend that I heard this story from yesterday, like he was just speaking about, you know, events going on currently in his life and what he needs, the utensils he needs to, you know, to feel like he accomplishing something, or he gonna fall right back into the drugs, you know, into the scene, is the reason I brought it up, because I feel like people are so, you know, they get in this rat race and then they see like it's no reward, no satisfying reward. People say it's a reward. Me, I say the reward from working a 9 to 5. As Americans, a lot of us take advantage or really don't see the value in having your own space, your own home, being able to go outside and start, turn the ignition to your car and the car start right up. You know what I mean? Having groceries in your refrigerator, don't have to worry about, oh man, what I'm gonna eat today and things like that, and having clothes. Americans, I think we're so pampered and spoiled with this immediate gratification since like the late 70s and 80s that we take things for granted. A lot of people they harp on, they hate the way their life is and they hate this and that, and it's like, bro, are you not considering the people that stay in Guatemala, or you know what I mean, or the people in Afghanistan, or the people in Ethiopia? They don't have these conveniences you have, a cell phone. The people get mad with the hassle that they're going through with their charger and things like that. Like, oh, I need a fast charger. A fast charger? It's the immediate gratification. You want things right now. That's why the fast food industry is such a booming industry. That's why McDonald's is like at the top of the, you know what I mean? But anyway, it was just some things that is spilled over to yesterday that I feel like it was on my chest, and I just wanted to share it a little bit in the way that Stay Alert TV, the direction it might be going in the next few months. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot more coverage for his I wanna say we'll say a lot more coverage on current events. I will be uploading a lot of current event things, and I think that's what I'm gonna stick to. Whether it's riveting, violence, racial profiling, Trump, whatever, politics. We just gonna cover a lot more instead of just being focused on, you know what I mean, one thing. We're gonna do a lot of different current events, a lot of pursuits. But anyway, this is various things I could go through right now. But I seen something last night and I didn't really finish watching it. It was Charleston White, but he wasn't right here in the car. Here we go. This is the one I wanted to see. He was standing there with the shiesty on. What? He talked to Big Bank? Damn, Charleston all over it. That's like DDG, yeah. He said, hold on, y'all see it say Charleston White has been snitching his whole life. Alright, let's go to this interview right here with.
I'm about to cash a $50,000 check.
I can't believe he said what he said. He said, man, Shannon Sharp. He said, I believe he did that shit. As soon as I heard it, I was like, hell no. Like, Shannon Sharp, no. Nuh-uh.
That it wasn't worth my...
Baby,
nuh-uh. I try to not be biased and try to pass judgment on people. I try not to be biased and pass judgment on people. But, we, as human beings, we all we have an opinion. We're all judgmental. Females, soon as they see a man, they look at his shoes. They look at his pants. They look at him from the feet up. Men, we do the same thing. We look at a broad. We look at our face, ass, titties. We look at her. And we're passage. Do I like? No. You know what I mean? He finally got this. He done ripped the whole package up just to get the little 3 treats in the bag. And now he disappeared. Oh, he probably going to get some water. Yep. I know this nigga. Hey, I raised him, man. 5 months. Look at him. Look brown. Look. What you want, man? I'm doing my thing now. Your daddy was sleep. Why not? Slept the whole night. Anyway, let's get into this Charleston White thing.
It's a little lame. I'm the with the game. You say you won't even get on the elevator with a woman by yourself. How you at the gym and you let this
click like? In this video, Charleston White goes off on Shannon Sharpe. Before we get into this one, sometimes Charleston speaks the truth. Other times he's super disrespectful and crossing lines.
I say other times he's super disrespectful and crossing lines. Do y'all agree? Do we all agree? Get in the comments, man. Fuck with me, man. Get in the comments. Do y'all agree Charleston White can be disrespectful? We know Unc tells a lot of truth, and we know he disrespectful. But he said this one time, and I know y'all heard this, but it wasn't like impact. It didn't leave no impression to where people kept replaying it. Kind of like some, I mean, you know, in retrospect to other things he said this, and this is what I'm referring to, doesn't get a lot of play. He said, y'all concerned about the message. I mean, the way I deliver the message rather than the message. Y'all concerned about my delivery and how I deliver the message, but Johnny and Raymo out here killing, shooting, you know, sending 30, 45 shots at this guy's house. He's 15, 16, and he got siblings, mother, and all that. But y'all worried about the way I deliver my message?
You never quite know which one you'll get.
We know he disrespectful. We know he could be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But is the message being received?
This is one of those times. But let's hear what he has to say about the situation. Before we get to that, let's look at the real reason Charleston is going off on Shannon Sharpe.
I gotta make my bed
but before
up,
we
so
get to that, let's look back at a little bit of the history.
I just unfolded it a little bit. Like, I want to make the bed up. Fuck it. I'll make it when you get up. I just had it folded back from when I jumped out, and I just want to fold it back once this little nigga was sitting
between Shannon and Charleston. This might help explain why Charleston decided to go off.
Oh, Shannon Sharpe, he really don't like me.
Well, yeah, Ocho brought your name up a couple times.
Yeah. Shannon really don't like me.
You know why?
Oh, I done call all the football players, man, big old dumb stupid ass. You know, so I done offended and insulted everybody. Yeah. But you gotta understand, homie, I done said some horrible things about Dion and the boys. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this an alumni.
Yeah, that's why.
I said some horrible things about Dion is the modern day Bill Cosby and them boys is Theo Huxtable and yeah, man, he's the modern day of that.
Cause it'll be messing up his.
This is the Fresh Prince and Bel-Air family. Will and Carlton, you know, this is who we, you know, so we idolize this family. Dion is the ideal father in the black community. This is
Shannon Sharpe, my colleague at ESPN, and my friend.
Hold on, this Stephen on Point Stories. Hold on. I mean, Stephen. This Stephen A. Smith. This is channel. Hold on. Bro, this sounds like Stephen A. Smith talking now. On Point Stories. I never even heard of this. I thought Cuban Links passed away. What the fuck are they talking about? Jay-Z versus his little son. Bro, I forgot Buddy's name. He from Texas though.
Maybe this is a little lame.
Charleston White, which one you'll get? You get to that.
This is an alumni. Will and Carlton, you know, this is who we, you know, so we idolize this family. Dion is the ideal father in the black community. This is
Shannon Sharpe, my colleague at ESPN.
This ain't his.
And my friend. The Hall of Fame tight end was sued on Sunday by a woman proceeding under the name Jane Doe pseudonym.
50 million. 50 million. You think Shannon Sharp got 50 million? Bro, he went viral for with Cat Williams, but 50 million, that's a lot. That's a lot of man, that's a lot of pesos.
13-page civil complaint, assault, battery, and sexual battery. The plaintiff alleges Sharp sexually assaulted her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025. The suit also alleges that Shannon engaged in the intentional infliction of emotional distress. It should be noted that the suit was filed by attorney Tony Busby. This is the same attorney that filed a suit against Jay-Z and P. Diddy, alleging they both sexually assaulted a minor, which has since been withdrawn. Jay-Z also has countersued Busby. By the way, the plaintiff in the Sharp civil suit is not the woman heard in the accidental Instagram live stream incident that made headlines last September of last year. In response to the suit, Shannon and his legal team went to social media yesterday and released a series of allegedly sexually explicit text messages between him and the Jane Doe. In addition to that, they issued the following statement, quote, "This lawsuit, filed by Gabriella Zuniga and orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharp from
Shannon got straight out there. He didn't hesitate. He got straight out there and refuted these allegations. Like his what would you call it? Addressing the public or addressing this matter, it was on point. It was nice. And then he also revealed who she was. And you know what? I'm gonna play this because I'm pretty sure, they commentators, they way more experienced at this than me, and I'm pretty sure they gonna
millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and it will not succeed. End quote. Then earlier today, Jane Doe's attorney, Tony Busby, sent TMZ Sports a 1-minute and 36-second clip of an alleged conversation between his client and Shannon. In response to that clip, Shannon Sharp went back to social media and issued this response. Take a look.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do.
Hold on, y'all. Well, y'all know I got to get on. I got to get on Shannon Sharp's ass now.
He said get on his ass.
He too mean to the bitches. I already knew he boy too mean to the bitches. I keep telling y'all, I'm the favorite uncle. I'm the uncle that they ain't got no dirt on me. They trying to throw dirt on me. They've been trying to do everything. Now, he been a nigga kind of been hating on me a little bit. Now look at him. Hey, listen, boy, every know, maybe he don't know. Maybe this unk is a little lame. I'm the unk with the game. That's why I stay at the strip club, fucking with real hoes. When you dealing with hoes and prostitutes, you ain't got these problems. You dealing with these little bitches just trying to hit a lick. You dealing with a young 20-year-old conniving, manipulative, low down. You all know better, Shannon. Much shit is you talking like you say you won't even get on the elevator with a woman by yourself. How you at the gym and you let this 20-year-old, damn near teeny bopper, little old young bitch get you 50 mil? You offered a pink toe Peckerwood 10 million. Boy, I ain't fucked a white girl about 15, 20 years. When I do fuck a white girl, she gonna be a hoe. About a bona fide hoe. A stomp down hoe. Matter of fact, she might be a porn star or a but she ain't gonna be no square bitch. Square bitch ain't right. Nigga, come on over here. See, this is why I be in the strip club having fun with them hoes. Cause Jesus kept a hoe named Mary Magdalene. Hoe got to walk with Jesus and his 12 disciples. A bitch didn't get to hang out with the Savior. Only a hoe did. So I know how important a hoe is. You niggas better learn and start appreciate hoes and leave them pretty bitches alone. I'm telling you, he in the gym working out, looking like a big old black slave with them sweatpants on. Little white girl say you got a baby in your drawer. Girl say your dick is the size of a baby.
Man, he said you looking like a big ass black slave with those sweats on. That should be one. Say two.
She called it, come put that big baby, black baby cock in me. She called it a baby black cock, a black baby cock, whatever she
Man,
called
she ain't say no shit like that, did she?
Boy got an infant in his drawer. Do you know what you could do, Unc, in the ghetto with an infant size, with money, and you got fame? You know how much fun you could have in Magic City, Taboo, a booby trap, Playhouse, Pinups, Onyx,
Bro,
Blue
what is he
Flames,
talking about?
Strokers, DGs, Dallas Club. I can go on and on and on. Do you know how much fun you can have in them motherfucking gray sweatpants?
Why
Getting the lap dance.
He said gray
drawers
sweatpants.
on.
Why you naming all these plot spots, man? Why? Why are you naming all the strip clubs?
Rather than being at the gym working out with no drawers on. Nigga, please, you have way more fun, nigga, sitting over there in the corner having drinks, talking talk,
Talking
nigga, with them motherfucking sweatpants.
He say talking talk. Unc, what's going on, Unc? What you got going?
On and she can feel that print. Nigga, please, you bullshit. That's why you in trouble now. Come on down back down here to your people. You should have been with them ghetto. I'm telling you, nigga, that's why I stay in them motherfucking strip club with them sweatpants on. I don't know how to get it. I know how to ride and reel them in, what? And I can have it, no problem. As long as I've been having money, having fun, tiptoeing and cross-country pimping, you ain't heard nobody complain about Unc doing. Unc is a real live player in a Mac Jack, and you niggas better stop trying to get free. Diddy had the right idea. Fly him in, pay him, freak with him, and let him go. Diddy had to write down.
Let him
Diddy
go.
gone, y'all
And let him go. Bro, my friend asked me, she said, I said, damn, I miss you. I said, man, you need to come to Dallas. She said, fly me out. And I'm like, okay. She talking about, like, find her a ticket, you know what I'm saying, and have her come to Dallas. I didn't do that. I ain't never did that. But the idea, I was like, oh, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You fly a chick out, she come stay with you for a week or whatever, you know what I'm saying, y'all. I used to see my cousin, you know, he wasn't flying them out. They was in the same city, but, you know, I knew the routine. Like, he'd have them, you know, over, and they'd stay, you know, 2-3 days or whatever, or a day or two, you know, just chilling in the house. And, you know, they smoking, drinking, freaking, you know what I'm saying, whatever, go buying groceries, eating good food. My thing is this. They say Diddy was flying broads out, freaking, having a freak session with them, then send them, you know, on their way or whatever, right? They said that is sex trafficking. If that's sex trafficking, you know how many niggas, rappers, like niggas around the way, rappers, entertainers or whatever, should be charged with sex trafficking. Some of their favorite entertainers should be charged with sex trafficking. If that's the guidelines for it. If those stipulations meet sex trafficking, then they should have a plethora of motherfuckers charged for sex trafficking. Females too. Because believe me, it ain't just the dudes doing this. You can't tell me Sarah the Plug, whatever Adam 22 girl name is, she the only one that seen a guy on film, you know, getting down and wanted to be piped by him. No, she ain't the only one. It's bras with bread that ain't paid to have guys pipe them, eat the cake, shower, champagne. I'm pretty sure any whatever fetish they got. This bras out here with foot fetish. This motherfuckers out here with nipple fetishes. This motherfuckers out here with all type of fetishes, even feces. So you telling me that this Diddy from fine girls out having freak offs with them, consensual, that's sex trafficking? Come on, man. That don't make sense.
I don't know what to do. Y'all don't know how to get no more since they done like Diddy gone. Yeah, you don't know how to match it.
He's saying, hey, bro, he's saying like a lot of celebrities depending on Diddy to have a freak offs or get you know what I'm saying, get their bill wrong or whatever. Man, what's wrong with Charleston? They say he could be disrespectful. That is like one of the, you know.
I still know how to Mac, nigga. Yeah, Mac on, nigga. I still know how to play, player. Yeah, all I had nigga give me a little money, nigga. And I'm telling you, your Diddy gone, and y'all don't know how to get on your own no more. Look at the boy. in the workout.
He said Diddy gone, y'all know how to get pussy on your own.
Conto. Big black slave. That's what she look like, Shannon. Big old black slave. See her with that lily white girl. They go get you one. You, man, you done up. I don't know what you done. Listen, they got skipped too.
All due respect. What do you mean they got skipped too? How long? I gotta hear this.
Don't feel bad, nigga. They got skipped too.
What? Skip?
You, man, you done up. I don't know what you done. Listen, they got skipped too. Don't feel bad, nigga. They got skipped too. They got skipped with an old with a job. The bitch wasn't with it. See, y'all going to go,
yeah.
Man, them hoes.
I remember that. I remember Abroad brought some allegations against Skip Bailey. I remember that now. Man, it'd be so much happening, like the Shannon Sharp thing. It'd be so much happening that in a week, this gonna be a distant memory. It might be on fire for a week, but eventually this gonna be a distant memory to the point where we forget. Like Snoop had a case like that. It's been probably 10 or more years ago, but became a distant memory. DMX, the Jay-Z thing's gonna become a distant memory. I remember, was it P. Diddy? P. Diddy, the Meek Mill thing, like a lot of things gain their own traction. Some still linger. Like, because the Diddy case still going on, I guess that still lingers. The Meek Mill allegation is still lingering that he messed with Diddy. But I feel like it's only still relevant or still lingering. I'm not relevant. I'm going to say lingering. Have some type of little legs to it. Some little traction. Because of the Diddy case still going on. But a lot of things that's like, okay, perfect example. Travis Hunter just got drafted. His thing has so much attention around it. I think even TMZ covered it. That now you don't even hear nobody talking about it. About the fiance, you don't hear nobody talking about it. The Wendy Williams thing, you don't hear nobody discussing it no more. I don't see no reports on it. And probably till something happened to Wendy Williams, something more drastic, then they're gonna pick it up and it's gonna gain traction again. But like the Skip Bayless thing, totally forgot about it. And then when you mention Shannon Sharp, even though Shannon has built his own thing away from outside of Skip, they still kind of associated together because it's like that's where Shannon started. I ain't gonna say that's where he started his commentary career, but that played a significant role in his career. Him and Skip Bayless, but he's done incredible things without Skip. So we ain't gonna associate his rise is related to because of Skip. No.
And them hoes with it. I'm telling you, niggas, my uncle taught me about hoes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because he said something that sparked a thought that I was going to say, but I forgot when he said Skip.
They got Skip too. Don't feel bad, white girl. Mm-hmm. They'll get you one. You, man, you done up. I don't know what you done. Listen, they got Skip too. Don't feel bad, nigga. They got Skip too. They got Skip.
I know what he's gonna make me say is rest in heaven, Kobe, the greatest. Jordan was cool, but Kobe was my favorite. When I looked over here and I seen the 50 million lawsuit, I thought about Kobe. It's like Kobe was under allegations too, and people talk bad about him even after they still found out the girl was lying. So does this thing tank people careers and turn? Yeah, it probably do. You know what I'm saying? Because this society, we're so hypocritical and so quick to point fingers, but when we're in that situation, we want some sympathy and we want some understanding. But hey, man, we all know what type of society we came up in. We came in a judgmental society that points the finger, kicks you while you down. It is what it is.
With a job, the bitch wasn't with it. See, y'all want to go, man, them hoes with it. Them hoes with it. I'm telling you, niggas, my uncle taught me about hoes. Yeah, my uncle taught me about my grandmama one. Listen, no, nigga, listen. You in trouble. You say you go choke a big black man choke a white girl. All right. You made me think about that movie Samuel L. Jackson played in, Black Snake Moan. He had that little white girl tied up. That's how they get you. They go treat you just like they did Michael Vick when he was. Just think about this, Shannon. Boy, that ghetto her mind can't even think 50 million, nigga. Boy, them girl down all them strip clubs.
He said that ghetto mind.
And
hey, he funny, man. He said her ghetto mind can't even comprehend 50 million.
Boy, that ghetto her mind can't even think 50 million, nigga. Boy, them girl down all them strip clubs where I be hanging and fishing at, they can't even think 50 million. They even get mad at it and say, I want for 50 million. Nigga, you could have bought this for 50,000 in the ghetto. What happened when you leave? What happened when you go across the railroad track and be over there, nigga say,
They got a video. Nah.
Nigga guy, I don't even know a lawyer that even think 50 million.
See, this nigga
shake a nigga down for $1 million or $2 and still been fucking. Yeah, man,
This nigga on bullshit. I can't believe they saying like Wack spoke on it. That's what I want to see. Now Wack be on a lot of bullshit
State
too.
Farm was trying to
Wack
charge
be
me
on a lot of
$197
bullshit, but he
for
speak a
car
lot of
insurance.
real
No, thank you.
shit.
I got a
like,
friend
when
who
he
told me
ain't on
about
no
this
bullshit,
website.
he gonna give you the real.
I just saw this up top. Somebody got audio. I just pinned it up top, saying Shaq been trying to pay for information on Shannon Sharp.
What?
Click like. Wack 100 speaks on Shannon Sharp's situation.
Now that's different. I thought it was something totally different, but I was kind of curious why Shaq picture was in the thumbnail. It said Wack 100 breaks silence on Shannon Sharp 50 million lawsuit, drops bombshell about Shaq. Huh, that's funny. Let's see.
And drops a bombshell with a completely alleged rumor about Shaq. Get in the comments with your thoughts. Do you think this is a distraction away from what Shannon is being accused of, or is there more to it?
She on there lining him up with the no. You know, that's why I don't play that type of role play. Nigga, no is not allowed.
100 saying. Why are you looking like that? I went and got a Q-tip, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Any bullshit that Charleston White left in my ear, I want it out of there, so I can hear exactly what Wack 100 has to say. See, I had to clean my ears out because I know Charleston White be spewing a lot of bullshit. You feel me?
I think he already up because she texted him no. That text him up. And then listening to the audio, I know he was just playing with her. But when you tie the audio to that text, it's a bad look.
And then also he jumped in front of that video before it came out. Like he was like, play all the video, don't play all. So to me, it seemed like he don't want that. You know, it's something about that video.
Nah, I think where he f***ed up at as a dummy, he ain't thinking as a dummy. Now you don't got the law on your side because you just gave consent to play it.
Yeah.
You just gave him consent to play it.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you could have used the law on your side where they couldn't play it. Now you just gave him consent to play it. Yeah, he gave him consent. He
don't even know what's on the video, so how is it a problem to play the whole video? The video might be in his favor. That's why he wanted them to play it. Yeah, obviously that's the reason why he wants them to play the video, because it's gonna work in his favor. That's why he say, y'all, you know, that's like editing a video. You know, you edit. Perfect example. Movies. They have a trailer to promote the movie. You know what I mean? To market it, to get people, to draw people, crowds in, to draw you, your desire to want to see this. Now, we all didn't experience this. Well, we see a minute and a half trailer And we say, oh man, that movie fire. I gotta go see it. Get there, watch the movie, see the parts that was in the trailer, how they edited them all together. They sandwiched them in this 1.5-minute time frame. Come up with the best scenes, edited, blended together to draw the audience in to watch it. But when they get there and they're watching it, consuming this film, it's a disappointment. They're disappointed. The 1.5-minute trailer that sold them that this movie was jam-packed with action. It was riveting at every turn. This movie is a hell of a thriller. Get there and just be disappointed. Like, man, what the hell is this, man? The trailer had it like pumped up. We all been there. And I'm saying this video could be something like that. That's why he's saying play the whole thing. Don't edit it to the point where it's going to draw people attention like, ooh, what's going on? Ooh, he did that. Or, ooh, he looked guilty. No, that's why he's saying play the whole thing. Play it in its entirety. Because we all done seen videos that was edited to the point where we like, dang, he did that. He slapped her. Right? But then when they play the whole thing, then they see everybody's role and see what transpired. Like, oh man, this, they made it like he just blatantly splacked her. No, she was hitting him 3-4 times, and in the midst of, her pulling back on the third hit, he retaliated. You know what I'm saying? He retort.
He told him play all the video. He said it. But that text is bad. When she said, I told you to wear rubber and I told you I didn't want it in my...
What?
And it no mean no. So now she didn't identify you violated against her will and committed that's
sodomy.
That's a whole nother charge. Now where she went wrong at is he offered $10 million, and in her head, he didn't even have the 10 at the time. He trying to keep her quiet to get to the $100 million. Right? So what she should have did is...
What do you mean keep her quiet to get to the $100 million? Saying keep her quiet until he make $100 million, then he can give her the 10? But if he ain't got 10, that don't make sense.
He didn't even have the 10 at the time. He trying to keep her quiet to get to the $100 million. Right? So what she should have did is let him close his contract out, then come at him, because now you came at him prior to.
He talking about a contract. He's saying she should have been quiet until he sealed the deal on the contract. Then he had the bread to give her the 10. He's saying, but she blew the whistle. She blew the lid off this before he could sign the contract. And we all know these major franchises and companies don't want to be near no scandal like this. This is dirt. This is smut. They don't want to be near it. Anybody that has some type of smut on their name or whatever, them companies immediately pull out. They take their law. That's one thing I could say about them. They charge to the game. Whatever they invested into this individual, like Kanye or whatever, Adidas, man, listen, we'll take our losses. Let's get away from him. He about to self-destruct.
So now you at risk of not getting nothing.
That's a fact.
So she should have let that nigga close out his contract, then went public with whatever the $50 million you talking about.
Hit the nigga in the head.
Yeah, because he was only able to give you the 10 from the 100. Even if whatever you going after the 50, you ain't gonna even be able to get the 10. You should have
ain't got the 100 yet.
Contract, get the money. Then you should have went at him.
Bro, that's why I said I wanted to hear what Wack had to say. The nigga be on point with a lot of shit he say. I'm talking about majority of the things he say. Whack 100, his mind is this. This is his mind. This is his brain. His brain is penitentiary rules in effect. His whole thinking process is structured around that. The morale, the you know what I'm saying? The moral compass. It's a street oriented, the mentality. That's what he project his moves off of. Like streets and penitentiary rules. And that moral compass right there is some of the best advice or instructions or moral ground that that you can stand on. But this the thing about it, and I don't want people to mix up the two. Now when I say the street thing, now I didn't say, you know what I mean, you know what, I ain't gonna even go there. I'm gonna just let it lie wherever it lands. If you pick it up and move according with these words that I just put out, then you should be fine. But if you misstep and you don't understand and you feel like you're taking heed to these words and you move, with this mentality like you figured it out and know what I'm talking about and you apply it wrong, that's on you.
He went at him too early publicly. You can't call her scorn if he released their audio. He started it.
Yeah, he did.
You can't tell him
a lot of bad decisions.
No, that's
you can't tell him how to fight back, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. You're right.
She's alleging that audio came out by him on purpose, that he leaked it on purpose. That's why she's suing him.
And if it's her,
what?
And she said it was triggering. Yeah, I just.
What? You saying he released the audio? And that's why she coming at him. Because she said it was triggering.
I think, I'm going to be real. I think where he went wrong is he lacked being a gentleman throughout. Asshole to women. After the fact, they become vindictive and they for some get back.
Why can't I make any changes without an admin approval? Why?
With Monday.com's intuitive work management platform, you have the power. Not IT, not admins. You're in charge. So you can tailor work exactly how you love to do it. For example, you can add custom fields.
Yep.
And social media, TV shows, movies, friends, they all come up with bright ideas to help you get back.
What?
I just saw this up top.
Hold on.
Asshole to women. After the fact, they become vindictive. He lacked being a gentleman. It was triggering. Yeah, I just think.
Oh yeah, let me call him.
I'm gonna be real. I think where he went wrong is he lacked being a gentleman throughout. Asshole to women. After the fact, they become vindictive and they for some get back.
Yep.
And social media, TV shows, movies, friends, they all come up with bright ideas to help you get back. I just saw this up top. Somebody got audio. I just pinned it up top saying Shaq been trying to pay for information on Shannon Sharp. Matt Barnes, some audio to it.
I don't know if you're on this kind of time, but I was in a group chat the other day, or actually just yesterday, and Shaq said he's paying top dollar for any information on old boy. So, again, I don't know if you're on that kind of time or not, but Shaq is known to throw large sums of money around, so just want to put that out there. Stay quiet. Hey, he said, please, please, please keep it quiet.
That's weird.
He said that Shannon did something back to him a while back, and he's been off him. So that's why he's doing this. But please, please, please keep his name quiet.
To that. Mm-hmm. Have you guys talked? We haven't.
Shaq feels the way he feels, and he's perfectly fine to feel that way. I said what I said. I still think Shaq is a phenomenal basketball player, even though, he minimized my career. I'm fine.
Dude, bro. Shannon got to go tell Jason Lee he gonna give him, look, nigga, I'm gonna give you $3 million.
Hold on. Why was Shaq? I don't know. That's just because I don't remember Shaq commentates basketball. Shannon was NFL. So how did they get to here? You know what I'm saying? How they get here? It don't make sense. How would they get here? If one's commentating over here and another one's commentating over here, it's like me commentating on rap. Charleston White commentates R&B. How do we? Well, I should have used a different, because R&B and rap, they have collaborations. We'll just say like rap and goth music. Like, it's no collaborations. So how does we getting into it? If you commentating gothic music and I'm commentating rap music, how do we get here?
$1 million. I'm going to step out, you my boyfriend, and I'm going to tell the people it's a masculine side to me, and I'm of age, and I work out, and I just like to feel youthful, so I deal with younger women that's of age, but I'm really from the community, and this is boom, the community is going to get behind them. They're going to pull a wall around them, settle, keep the contract, keep moving, get that nigga Jason this couple million, and go pick up 30 more million from doing that represents the rainbow community, and go home to your woman and kick your feet up and smile about it. These niggas got too much pride. They got too much pride and ego.
The word pride is wild, but keep going.
Hey, bro, if that nigga Puffy would have came out prior to, they wouldn't have arrested him.
What did he say? Hold on. What does he mean prior to? He mean after the Shannon Sharp situation?
Bro, if that nigga Puffy would have came out prior to, they wouldn't have arrested him.
Hold on. What do you mean come out? Like, say he gay? What the fuck do you mean come out? I don't get what he's saying right here. I think that's what he's saying.
I'm telling you. They do not want no problem with that community, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, he is saying that.
But that's it. I mean,
get
we
where
already
he
know
going.
the nigga a little, you know.
Hey, do you think if he do that, that'll fuck up his podcasting career?
Hell no, it's gonna
Hell
go
no.
on. Coming out these days enhances. It don't take away no more. This is a fact. Like, I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, that's what the algorithms say.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it real. And whoever attack them, then it's gonna
They're gonna
your
trouble.
career up.
Cause they gonna
If
come
you
for
attack them, it's on. Straight up. Nigga, them that was listening to your music or watching your show or whatever, they get to unfollowing your ass and unsubscribing, boy, you'll feel that. Bro, the community, bro, if we call some people in there from the community, they already know Shannon is part of their community, bro. They know they people. This is a fact. But right now, him standing there, the heterosexual black dude who didn't take no for an answer, 58 years old, that ain't good luck. He got to go another way, my nigga. Right now, this politics, he got to fight for survival. What the other people think. That's it.
All right, y'all, there it is. Tell you one thing. I don't know. This is not going to be any criminal type of deal. I don't suspect that it will be. Typically, this is civil. This is for money, right? But the opportunity cost, that $50 million. a deal that wasn't signed, kind of like Drake with the UMG and then the Kendrick beef and his value goes down with all the controversy. It's a similar thing going on here. Cat Williams warned him. Monique warned him. Shaq had beef with him. And somewhere, Skip Bayless is smiling. We all know this. So, I don't know, Shannon. You can't put the cat back in the bag right now.
Man, he said somewhere Skip is smiling. He say Skip Bayless smiling like, hell yeah. You got that nigga, man. Fuck him. Can't stand that motherfucker.
I don't know how you're going to get your way out. Maybe you take the Jay-Z route and just declare your innocence and try to prove it. But in the court of public opinion, you're getting smeared crazy. So it's going to be hard to come back from this one. You know what I mean? Get yourself a good publicist, some good people in your corner, and see how you can repair this image. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy. We out.
Get in the comments with your thoughts. And as always, share this video with a friend.
Been in
There you had it. The Whack 100 take on Shannon Sharp's situation. I noticed the family, right? Whoa, the family did a video. The family did a video.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what? What does that even mean?
Nothing yet.
That's a white girl. Hey, that's a white girl for you. What does that even mean? It is what it is. It is what it is.
You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, no, have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you.
Oh, yeah. Going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup.
Fam, as a news platform and bringing you guys information at least once, sometimes even 3 times every 24 hours, I try my best to bring
Damn, he said 3 times every 24 hours.
Attention with
he be having good stories. The family. Shout out to the family. This is my channel right here, the Family TV. Why when I pause it keep going to mute down there? Anyway.
Especially when the main objective is to shine light on a situation that normally wouldn't get the most shine, or to try to do more research that's not necessarily presented to the public. Well, one of those stories has been brewing for the last 72 hours that I felt the need to bring you guys an update on. And this is a real sensitive matter. Some would say in the last 72 hours we are witnessing extortion, or some would say in the last 72 hours we're witnessing a victim who decided to handle things in the court of the law has been victim shamed by the alleged perpetrator. And it's important to note that I'm not here to try to tell you which way to go. I'm just here to present the facts and tell you where we stand today. And just to put it all on the table at the very beginning, because people are going to assume what they want. Fam, today we talk about a 20-year-old OnlyFans model who's now suing an NFL Hall of Famer who was days away from signing a $100 million media contract. He's now getting sued for $50 million.
That nigga said he was days away from $100 million media contract. Boy, get money.
By the alleged victim, putting everything that he worked so hard for now in his late 50s, post-career at risk. Now, since this news has broke out in the last 72 hours, dating back to Sunday, we got clips from Shannon Sharpe and his legal team responding to phone calls being leaked, at least snippets. Not to mention, he identified the alleged victim. On top of that, his co-worker at ESPN have responded to these allegations. And on top of that, the true motive and the history of the plaintiff's lawyer has also been brought up as well. Today, I give you everything in chronological order and where we stand today and get you guys' thoughts on what's to take place in the near future. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said,
I'll give you no angle.
Comment and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Now, I'm going to say the obvious because before we go over the facts, it's imperative that we all know this. In certain situations, no matter the outcome, we gotta accept what come with it. Meaning, we supposed to think twice. Now, you talking about a guy.
Man, we talking about a guy that's like, then took over, bro.
Who's living like that, in that age bracket, messing with a 20-year-old. You gotta assume what's gonna come with it. And some would say it's not even her who was suing him, right? At 20 years old, if we was messing with a multi-millionaire 3 decades older than us, we probably would just...
Bro, she messing with Shannon Sharpe. How does this even happen? I guess he met her in the gym.
Just enjoy the time, right? But in her case, she had a motive out the gate. Some believe that would be probably the person she actually listens to. Some consider a PIMP or probably just her boyfriend. But I did my own research. Looked at her social media. Now, Shannon Sharpe already mentioned that she was an OnlyFans model. She's 20 years old, but you could tell that she manipulates online presence by even having birthday cakes with 22 as the candle. But it get deeper than that. You look at pages that she was tagged in throughout the years, you could tell there's some type of escort service going on. Now, does Shannon Sharpe know that? Who knows? But at the end of the day, when we talking about a man who have so much at risk and still have a conversation with a 20-year-old woman upset that she won't go out in public with him is crazy. It makes you wonder, what was Shannon Sharpe thinking? Now, of course, like we mentioned, we're about to go over the facts. But at least we can all admit and say, hey man, no matter what happened, certain things you should know better from doing. Fam, meet the internet's favorite uncle, Shannon Sharpe, born June 26, 1968. Growing
I
up.
like that. I like that. The internet's favorite uncle. He is. Like, other than Charleston White, who could be the internet's favorite uncle? Shannon Sharpe. Like, he doesn't have the edge that Charleston White has, but he has this moral compass and has this big unk persona and just, you know, just this blanket of like over him. Just he projects that big unk OG type of, you know what I mean? Give you guidance and the right opinions.
Up in a family passionate about sports, he was inspired from a young age to pursue athletics. His older brother Sterling Sharpe was also a talented football player, which further fueled Shannon's ambition to succeed in the sport. Shannon had attended Glenville High School in Georgia, where he distinguished himself as a standout athlete in football and basketball. His exceptional performance earned him a scholarship to the University of Savannah State, now Savannah State University, where he played college football. Despite facing some challenges early on, Shannon's talent and work ethic helped him develop into a top 5 tight end in the NFL. Post-career, Shannon Sharpe has made his name as one of the faces for sports talk media. Once a co-host on Undisputed with Skip Bayless, now a co-host on First Take with Stephen A. Smith.
No matter, divorce court, child support, Lou Dort. They got them 5.
They got them 5. Hey, they turned that into a little spectacle. I seen the video with that. They got them 5. Let me try to look it up real quick.
The Thunder, a Boost Mobile Bundle, WWE Royal Rumble. Look at them 5. OKC, KFC, UFC. Look at them.
Wait, is it? They showing it right here? Hold on.
Host on Undisputed with Skip Bayless, now a co-host on First Take with Stephen A. Smith.
No matter, divorce court, child support, Lou Dort. Look at them 5.
Lakers
the
at
Thunder,
5.
a Boost Mobile Bundle, WWE Royal Rumble. Look at them 5. OKC, KFC, UFC.
Lakers at 5.
Look at them 5. Houston Rockets.
Music
I don't care
video,
nothing about no light socket a court docket, or my empty pockets. You can say SGA, PGA, USA. Lakers in 5.
Phoenix Sun, Capri Sun.
Hey, that shit's so funny. Hey, see, you can't. This is Unk, man. This is Unk. Like this, the atmosphere that Unk brings to the table. This is the presence that he has. Like, look at this good, comedic sports coverage. Like, he taking something that's you know, a sport thing and making his own little snip. Lakers in 5. Check this out, man.
UFC, Lakers in 5. The Thunder, a Boost Mobile bundle, WWE Royal Rumble, Lakers in 5. OKC, KFC,
Like he said, I don't care about
UFC,
the
Lakers
in
in
my
5.
pocket.
Houston Rockets. I don't care nothing about no light socket, a court docket, or my empty pockets. You can say SGA, PGA, USA, Lakers in 5.
Phoenix Sun, Capri Sun, Mohegan Sun. The sun about to set. CP3, C3PO, it doesn't matter. Star Wars and Luke Skywalker.
That's who he is.
Lakers in 5. It doesn't matter. Chris Paul, Cliff Paul, Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Lakers in 5.
You can have Harden, you can have a pardon, you can get a garden. Lakers in 5. Serge Ibaka, Chewbacca, Waka Flocka.
Waka Flocka. Chewbacca, Waka Flocka. Man, what's wrong with him?
Lakers in 5.
You can have Harden, you can have a pardon, you can get a garden. Lakers in 5. Serge Ibaka.
Bro, this is genius. This is genius. Just some sports news coverage, and he took it into a monarch.
Chewbacca,
Like,
Waka Flocka. Lakers in 5. White side, back side, sunny side. Lakers in 5.
Shannon Sharpe has been doing well on the airways. He even known for his podcast Club Shay Shay, with an interview with Kent Williams with over 89 million views and counting. Not to mention, he had a guest with Monique who gave him some advice on what he need to do for his love life. Check it out.
I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
You tried to say what you tried to say.
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at your
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, no.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me live my life.
Let me tell you what
he
my
said, let me
baby
live my
needs. You need
life.
him.
I think he said, let me live my life. Oh, my bad.
I'm an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon.
I'm a sip of his cognac. I love Monique, man. Damn, I love Monique. It was crazy. Like her story, what they did, shunned her out and blackballed from Hollywood. Like, this is one of the greatest. I would say for its representation or people that blacks cherish and hold, you know, and home for is like she one of us. She come from, you know, where we come from. You know what I mean? She was the example of like, go ahead, you know. I'm trying to think of that black monarch that we used to say, man, I was just hearing somebody say that, because they was talking about like where did it go? Where we was saying, I don't know where I hear it from. Is it in one of my songs? I think it's in one of my skits on an album I've been listening to. I want to say it's Ransom. He has an album called what is this album called? Ransom. Director's Cut. Released in 2020. I want to say it's that EP. He has a little skit on there talking about he has a saying like, this guy was speaking on like, where did the sayings go? It was black sayings like I don't let them keep you down, or we gotta keep. So I forgot what saying it is. You will remember it. we all will remember and identify and know exactly what I'm talking about if I was to say the phrases. But it was phrases that blacks used to say to other blacks. And I feel like she was a representation of like those sayings. It's like, keep going, you know, the man gonna have his foot on your neck type shit. But it was something like that. And I just really right now, my brain locked. I can't, like in my archives, I can't just go through there and dig it right up. I got so much. I didn't forgot more than I done learned.
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your.
Oh my God, this age horribly, cause this closest to the age that the girl is. They showed the cake where she's saying she's 22, and she just said you don't need no 26-year-old girl. Then he saying I do.
Oh, auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to stop it again, but she said that like he got mad that she didn't want to hang out with him in public. Now I wanted to say that when I just said the age thing, but now Monique saying like you don't need to be hanging with, and that's kind of like where they feud. It was one of the points in a feud, you know what I mean? I think that took a turn, because if a girl don't want to go out with you in public, or a man don't want to go out with you in public, it makes you start to examine yourself like, damn, what am I doing wrong, or what is it about me that he don't want to be seen in public with me? And I think that like marked a moment, a pivotal moment in his rapport with this girl and whatever they had going.
You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on.
Everyone knows you need
this is, I don't know. When things get their own little traction and it's just a story, man. It's I ain't going to say it's a story. It's someone's life. It's 2 people's lives, you know, that we're putting on this platter for us, like, in examining what this allegation is. Like, what is this thing and what is it all about? Like, what is, some people starting to put it in question to like, what is it really all about? Is it something that's behind the scenes that we're not seeing? Like the Family TV just spoke on, if you look at some of her social platforms, that you could see the presence of some type of pimp, or, you know, somebody that's, you know, influencing or persuading her in what direction they want her to take this OnlyFans, this escorting thing. He said you could see someone in the background playing Puppet Master. In so many words.
Lawyer after a car accident.
I'm sorry.
But what if I told you there's a better way? One that gets you more money.
Let me go get you some eggs.
Now, that interview is not even a year old, but it's something about Shannon Sharp's legendary comedian guests somehow speak truths, as if they know something before we do, like Cat Williams and now and even Monique. Now, everything is in jeopardy. On Easter, 420, in 2025, a lawsuit will come down from a Houston-based lawyer named Tony Buzzy, known for representing victims of SA. Now, it's important to note that he represented a number of victims, like Deshaun Watkins, at the time the QB for the Browns, who was accused of SA with different masseuses, over 20, and 23 of them reached settlements. Now, he recently became popular in 2021 after making a hotline for victims against P. Diddy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tony Busby. I'm a lawyer here in Houston. I'm licensed in Texas and in New York, and I'll introduce other members of our team as they speak. As many of you know, our law firm has been at the forefront of some of the most important litigation in the United States. We like the tough cases. We thrive in the complicated cases. We've handled over the last 25 years some very big and very important cases. I believe that this one may surpass them all.
Now, Tony Busby has been called out for having accusers for lying as well, going against people like Jay-Z countersued for defamation. He also
got on him.
accusers who withdrew their lawsuit against P. Diddy as well. Now, speaking of the PIMP, we'll later get to that. But it's also noted that this young woman is from Las Vegas, Nevada.
What do you mean, speaking of, the pimp in her situation? I just want to be clear, because he did state that. Like, it's a pimp presence. And now he's saying she from Las Vegas. And we already know what's prominent out there for is female professions.
Drew they lawsuit against P. Diddy as well. Now, speaking of the PIMP, we'll later get to that. But it's also noted that this young woman is from Las Vegas, Nevada. And on Easter this past Sunday, Las Vegas District Court, by attorney Tony Busby, seeks damages for pain and suffering, suing Shannon Sharpe for $50 million, alleging he and threatened her during a 2-year relationship. But Tony Busby now claiming that his client is suffering psychological and emotional distress, mental anguish, embarrassment, and humiliation. The woman identified in the complaint as Jane Doe alleges Shannon Sharpe, 56 years old, first approached her while she was working out at a Los.
Bro, her Instagram and all her social platforms had to go up. And I ain't gonna even lie, because I just thought about it myself. Like, let me go on here just to see if she still has a social media presence after the case has been filed. You know, he put out her name. You know, let me see if her name is in the description on this. I don't see it.
Angeles Gym in January of 2023. She didn't know who Sharpe was at the time, but the lawsuit said the pair began a consensual but deeply manipulative relationship. Now, before we continue, she's 20, and the suit alleging that the relationship lasted for 2 years, meaning she was 18 years old allegedly when these allegations had started. Over the next 2 years, the suit said Sharpe became increasingly controlling and physically abusive, choking and hitting Doe on multiple occasions. Sharpe allegedly threatened to kill Doe numerous times for resisting his sexual advances and accusing him of infidelity. According to the lawsuit, Sharpe R.'d Doe twice in October of 2024 and again in January of 2025. It also accused Sharpe of repeatedly recording the two having sex without Doe's knowledge or consent. Now, Busby released a brief audio clip to several media outlets Tuesday in which Sharpe allegedly said he'll choke Doe if she accused him of manipulating her. In a conference call later that day, Sharpe's attorney, Lanny Davis, said the audio was edited and wrapped in distorted way.
I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
Well, folks, the day we've been waiting on has finally come.
Just played that.
National Concealed Carry Reciprocity is here, meaning that if you got yourself a valid seat...
I'm not going to hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so...
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
What?
Oh, no, that mercy.
What is she talking about manipulating? Or is like the reverse psychology like thing that she mean? Why would she say he manipulating her? Like the situation for as how he coming off? Let's see. Bro, them glasses are $340. $340 those glasses.
If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you.
That was kind of different.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
She said, I don't want to be choked. He gonna be like, I guess this the part when he be like, yes, you do. And you don't have no choice in the matter.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Now, it's important that Shannon Sharpe has not confirmed this, But Davis,
They saying
Sharp offered dough at least.
They saying that's the audio, I guess, that's edited. But anyway,
$10 million to settle the case before she filed the lawsuit, but she declined. Shannon Sharp had came out the day the first clip was released and said this.
Supporters and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I wouldn't myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
I don't know how that worked, releasing her name, but they did release a recorded audio that he wasn't aware of as well. So then the next day, Busby released another clip. Check it out.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
What?
Yeah.
That shit
I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do what you did to me.
Okay, well...
Well, what? Well, what, Gabby?
Now, it was looking bad for Shannon Sharp, but he started to make sense of allegedly while he was saying choke. Allegedly, that's how they communicated. He released some alleged text messages between the two, where she quoted, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me while you're effing me." Quote, "I know you missed this big juicy $25K each cheek." Quote, "You better crave it, because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me." End quote. And we're just shocked that Shannon Sharp put herself in this situation. Now, people had mixed feelings about everything thus far. But then people started to wonder, what about his job? Of course, ESPN is owned by Disney. Will they still keep him? Now, we all know we can't hear from the owner. And the next best thing was Stephen A., his co-host for 2 days on First Take. And check out what he had to say after speaking to the boss.
Style or substance? Or here's another choice. Don't stop until you have everything.
With that being said,
Stephen, that's far. But then people started to wonder, what about his job? Of course, ESPN is owned by Disney. Will they still keep him? Now, we all know we can't hear from the owner. And the next best thing was Stephen A., his co-host for 2 days on First Take. And check out what he had to say after speaking to the boss.
With that being said, it's important to point out a couple of things. Number one, I was not there. I can provide no eyewitness account. And even though I got love and respect for Shannon Sharp, and I'm sincerely hopeful and prayerful that he is completely innocent of the allegations that have been levied against him, I can't sit here and speak to his innocence or guilt from a knowledgeable place because I have nothing to do with this. I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. I don't even know this person. I know what the reports say. I know the reports, the things that have been reported on a multitude of outlets, from the AP to the New York Post to Forbes to TMZ and everything in between. I mean, I can't even count the number of publications that have talked about it or written about it, networks, etc. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere. And I know that. I'm fully aware of that.
network, but is Stephen A. Smith Shannon Sharp's boss at this show? On the show, is he his boss? Like, did he hire? I know he probably persuaded them to get Shannon. It might not have been his idea. It might have been the networks. They probably seen how Shannon Sharp was doing so good with Skip Bayless and decided to bring him over there with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is a great commentator. He's great at what he does. Shannon Sharp, too. He's going to take nothing away from him.
This is not a criminal case. So it's not, there is no concern about him going to jail. This is a civil case, which means that he can either be found liable or not liable. The accuser in question is seeking $50 million. That was confirmed by Shannon Sharp on that video today. According to the reports, it's somebody that he met in 2023. Who was 19 years old at that particular moment in time.
Whoa!
According to
that's crazy.
Some audio that was put out.
So as you say you 19, I'm good. I'm good. I done been in situations like that. A girl was like, oh, I mean, it was sister's friend. Oh, nah. You how old? My sister friend. My sister, you... Oh, no, you same age as her. Nah, I'm hung up. I don't even want to talk. Ain't nothing to talk about. Hold on, ain't nothing to talk about.
Earlier today, by Attorney Busby, you hear the accuser, the female, talking to somebody who is alleged to be Shannon Sharp. We don't know whether that's true or not. And the person in question, again, we don't know whether it's Shannon or not, the words choke, as in I will choke the hell out of you if I saw you. And so because of that, knowing that audio was probably going to come out along with additional tapes, whether they be video or audio is unclear at this particular moment in time, Shannon Sharp felt compelled to come out in his own defense. How are we to interpret that? Let me be very, very clear about where I'm coming from. I'm a bit torn in terms of his response. On one hand, Tony Busby has sued Jay-Z. He did sue Diddy. He did accuse them, or represented the woman who was accusing them of assault, of sexual assault, and said that she was 13 years of age at the time when talking about Jay-Z and Diddy, and Jay-Z went ballistic and emphatically denied it, wouldn't let it go. The case was dropped, and now he's suing Busby, mentioning words like extortion and other things. So when Shannon Sharp brought up Mr. Busby in that video that we aired and talked about him being extorted, he brought up Mr. Busby and Mr. Busby's past. And he talked about him, going against African American men.
It's seeming kind of now it's seeming questioning or mysterious. It's like which direction is this going? That Steven is, you know what I mean? I guess how his energy is coming across for us with this right here.
There's two thoughts
making
there.
You wonder what
on
direction
one hand,
it's going.
There's the Jay-Z, who obviously should be presumed innocent, not just because you should be presumed innocent until found guilty, but because of the manner in which he fought on his own behalf and has been very aggressive in going after Tony Busby. In the case of P. Diddy, you don't know what to believe. Again, the case against Jay-Z was a civil suit. Diddy was a civil suit. But in Diddy, you don't know what to believe because of all the allegations he's facing. But we can't forget that Tony Busby was also the person that represented at least 24 of the 27 women that accused Deshaun Watson of sexual misconduct along with other allegations. And at least 23 of those cases were settled. So we have an obligation to mention that. So on one hand, going on the offensive to defend himself, I completely understand where Shannon Sharpe is coming from. On the other hand, when his legal team issued out the press release on X yesterday, and they spoke about, they mentioned her name, and they revealed some of those explicit text messages, that was uncomfortable. And I don't know if that's a strategy that would work. One of the hardest, the press release.
This is interesting, really interesting. If you watch this, please tune into this part. Just tune into it. You know what I mean?
On X yesterday, and they spoke about, they mentioned her name, and they revealed some of those explicit text messages. That was uncomfortable. And I don't know if that's a strategy that would work. One of the hardest things in the world for all of us to do is to just lay low and be quiet. And let our legal team do it. And we don't.
That's why I told y'all to pay attention to this part. See, he gave his opinion. He didn't like the statement that Shannon Sharpe released. Now, I can't say Shannon did it because of Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that because Shannon is a full 50-year plus grown man. In no way do I believe he's following another man's lead. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he did it in this situation, so no. Shannon got his own mind, believe me. And it's pretty made up. You know what I mean? And he is a strong individual for us mentally in his decision making in which direction he want things to go. You know what I mean? He probably was adamant about responding when his team probably told him no. You know what I mean? R.I.P. 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 to my next statement. And because I do a lot of references, and for as what I mean is I use a situation as an example to relate it to a current situation. Shannon Sharpe, undoubtedly, we talking about the social platform. Shannon Sharpe is the boss. I believe he's the boss when it comes to direction and director or the narrative and which way his show want to go and whatever, right? So he's the boss in his own life. And when I say RIP, here it go right here. Shannon Sharpe is the boss. So who can stop him from going on TV and releasing this statement? Who can? People can advise him. His lawyers can advise him. His legal team can advise him and all that. His mother or his brother, whatever. But who has to say at the end of the day? And here's the RIP. RIP to the greatest basketball ever played the game. That's Black Mamba, a.k.a. Bruce Willis, a.k.a. Kobe Bryant. But couldn't nobody tell Kobe no when it came to going up in that helicopter. The pilot could advise him and say, hey man, this weather is not the perfect condition for us to be, you know what I'm saying, going up in the heli. But who can stop Kobe? Who can say, no, you're not going? Kobe has that decision in instant, and in the same instance, Shannon Sharpe makes that decision. He's the boss, just like Kobe was the boss in his situation. Shannon Sharpe, even though Stephen A. Smith say he don't like this, and it might be some little tension between him and him because of this, if he didn't tell him personally before he get on, before he get on social media and state this publicly, that he don't like the direction that Shannon Sharpe went with this statement, or him releasing the statement, period. Maybe it's just the contents in the body of the statement that Stephen A. Smith doesn't agree with. Maybe it wasn't him releasing the statement, period. Maybe it was what he said. We heard Whack 100 say, hey, man, he took away his defense by saying, hey, play the whole video.
You don't always know whether or not that's the right thing. One of the hardest things in the world for all of us to do is to just lay low and be quiet. And let our legal team do it. And we don't always know whether or not that's the right thing to do. I know, and I can tell you all, that I spoke to Shannon. Not in details, but I spoke to him. And he emphatically proclaims his innocence. According to Mr. Busby, his client emphatically proclaims his guilt. So where does that leave us? I'd love to tell you that I know the answer to that question, but I don't.
Damn, it's 9:40.
I am the executive producer of...
Oh, here it go. Here it go. This the boss man position. He states...
First... I'd love to tell you that I know the answer to that question, but I don't. I am the executive producer of First Take on ESPN.
So he is the boss.
I recruited Shannon. I went and got him and brought him to ESPN. But I'm not the boss.
Oh, shit, he not.
Those are other folks.
Oh, shit.
There are layers to this, and there are certain layers even I am not on. I can tell you, I also spoke to co-chairman of Disney, the boss, Jimmy Pitaro, who made it very...
And I stated this. Maybe you probably didn't hear this. If you're just not tuning in, let me say this. Disney, Walt Disney, the Disney Channel, is the parent channel, meaning they're the parent company to ESPN. If you didn't know that.
Very, very clear.
That's why he just said, I spoke to... Watch, he's going to say the
co-chairman of Disney,
the
boss, Jimmy
boss.
Pitaro, who made it very, very
Run
clear.
ESPN.
We are taking this matter very seriously. And we are looking into this very, very closely. And once we gather as many facts as we possibly can, we will go from there. And that...
Which really don't matter. You know what I mean? Which really don't matter. Because I would say, in my opinion, Shannon Sharpe's career on social media, on the social platforms, is bigger than First Take. Bigger than First Take. Now, there might have been a stepping stone, but he's always had the I ain't gonna even go there. I just think his presence on social media is bigger than his presence on First Take.
That is all he said. And I can mention his name because I received his permission to say that. I don't know what that means. In my perfect world, this equates to Jay-Z, where the case ultimately dropped and Shannon is allowed to continue on First Take and continue to thrive and shine. And not just that, and have an illustrious career in the podcast stratosphere, doing Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco, doing Club Shay Shay, and ultimately gets this $100 million deal that he was all over the news about to sign just a couple of days before this report came out. In my perfect world, he moves on.
He said he was all over the news.
And somehow, some way, we find this all to be false. But it doesn't seem like that's the way things are about to go down, considering who Mr. Busby is and how emphatic his client is proclaiming that she is right and she's telling the truth. I don't know where this is going to go. I can't speak to anything else. I don't know who Shannon Sharp's legal team is and what they're suggesting. I imagine that everything that has transpired has been at the behest of his lawyers, not just himself. I can tell you again that when I spoke to him, he is emphatic in stating his innocence, that this is a shakedown, to use his words. How wise is it to use those kind of words when a civil matter of this nature is out there? When you have a podcast and you have advertisers and sponsors and you work for ESPN and they have advertising sponsors, I don't know. What can we say if any of us were in that position and we felt or were proclaiming we were innocent? I don't know. And I'm not about to pretend. I just wanted to make sure that I echo to all of you that the only reason I spoke on this issue is because he works with me 2 days a week. He's on national television. He was on national television with me today. He was on national television with me yesterday when the story came out Sunday night. I didn't know anything about it until we got on the air. But he was on air. And if you know him in part because of all the work that he's doing with me and what he's doing in this industry, I know everybody's been waiting, like, Stephen A., what you got to say about this? I got to say what I just told you. I don't know what's happened. I know I got love for the brother. I know that I'm wishing that he's innocent and all of this stuff goes away and he can continue to thrive with me on ESPN and thrive in his own platforms that he worked so diligently over the years to build. But anything else would be entirely irresponsible for me to speak on. And I can't do that. Yes, I own this. This is my platform. But I also have a day job and I also understand what lawyers, what HR, and all of those other things entail. What I said is all I can say. And in all honesty, at this moment, it is all I know. I have no idea what direction ESPN and Walt Disney will go in when it comes to this matter. All I do know is it won't be me making a decision. It'll be others upstairs.
I know this idiot ass nigga.
In the end, all of us have someone to answer to. No matter how maverick we try to be, and we own our own business, and we're our sole proprietors like I am on this platform and stuff like that. There are advertisers, there are sponsors, there are people you do business with, there are partners, and there are bosses. That's the situation, unfortunately, that Shannon Sharp finds himself in at this particular moment in time. I sincerely wish him the best. I got love for him.
Idiot, or you just a fucking dumb.
And I hope all of this is just a sad ordeal that goes away because there was no truth to it. But I don't know. Neither do you or the rest of us. And only time will tell what the truth is. That's it for this edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show. Special edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show. Just want to let you know.
Oh, this Frank White.
I'll holler at y'all later.
Now, for those who want to check out our Instagram, because I can't show you the pictures due to YouTube guidelines, I can only show you a handful.
Damn, I wonder, did he, I don't know, he had to release a statement?
She is Carly, with the K, promoting her OnlyFans and having content while in the gym. I don't know, fam. I know it's gonna be an update to this one, but as of now, this where we at. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. This was the story of an OnlyFans model who on Easter sued an NFL Hall of Famer for $50 million after alleging he oured her 3 times. Talk to me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Oh, sheesh.
The first ever Equinox EV gives you advanced safety features and the technology you want at a price you'll love. When you're ready to go EV, Chevy's got you.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles
Al
marinated
Prophet
in last dab
did a story on
to
it.
test
I
yourself.
feel like
And a
Al
milder one
Prophet
with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't
like
really your
American
thing.
Dope.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Yeah, American Dope did a story on it, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like he doesn't. Let's go to it. Where he at? Right here.
Okay, if you've been living under a rock, noted YouTuber former NFL athlete and ESPN host Shannon Shay Sharp is in the midst of a big SEX
All right, bro. I gotta get
scandal,
off of
$50
here.
million lawsuit. He tried to settle it for $10 million. He's 56. He's African American. The girl who he supposedly met when she was 19, she's white. There's all these text messages, some of which are like sex, race play, and blah, blah, blah. So it's got all the little hot button things that the low end of American society finds titillating.
Hey, man. Hey, bro. Love.
Blah, blah, blah. So it's got all the little hot button things that the low end of American society finds titillating.
Why did he say that,
But it's also
man?
right on the borderline of crime. It exists at the edge of the scammer world, which I'm very interested in.
I like
people
that.
People are obsessed with gangsters and tough guys and drug dealers, but selling drugs, robbing people, that's a small chunk of all the money generated by crime. Do you know that counterfeit goods generate 5-6 times more money than dope, than hard drugs? And fraud of all sorts is even bigger than that. Fraud is the biggest crime that there is. And
that was dope that he started out. What he talking about right now is so dope. Like he talking the statistics and the numbers that counterfeit brings, fraud brings, like this broad spectrum other than carjacking, straight up robbery, smash and grab, like these violent acts. He bringing a different perspective. Like if you pay attention, he laying the groundwork for to say it might, because we don't know, it might be something bigger than, you know what I mean, that we understand. This might be a play for money. And my thing is this.
In America, which has become the home of the addicted and the land of the litigated, litigation means lawsuit, means court,
means money. But my thing is this. If this is a play for money, but that's how some street motherfuckers, with this criminal mentality operate. They do shit so fucking stupid. You know what I mean? They think they so clever and so smart, but make the wrong moves. If that was the case, if this is a play for money, why wouldn't you wait? Why wouldn't you wait until after he signs the deal? This nigga got a $100 million contract. They publicized it. So everybody knew it. I guess except me. Obviously, I know whoever behind the scenes with her, or the girl gotta be privy to this, especially an individual that she, you know, fornicating with. She gotta be privy to the fact that he's finna sign this big contract. Am I right or wrong? Like, who gonna get in on this with me? And I think that's what Al Prophet is setting the foundation to say, like, this could be a play for money, which we don't know. He's just saying.
Many people seem to be playing the lawsuit lottery. And this girl who, so I guess Shannon met her in the gym. She was 19, he was 50. Listen, people can do whatever. They're adults. And of course, if,
Did you know you... Let me see who got these shoes. I didn't have these made.
You could be owed a major cash payout if you were in a car accident in the last year.
Bro, y'all
even
be on
if you
here
were just a
showing
passenger
money, shoes,
or it seemed
and
minor.
outfits. Bro,
it's true. And
niggas
the best
be really
part,
having
it only takes
shit
30
in
seconds
storage.
to find
Like,
out exactly
don't wear
how much
it.
you could receive.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Not many
these
people
shoes
know
back
this,
here in my
but
closet.
insurance isn't
bro,
the only way to get
that's
paid
nuts.
after an accident.
I
It's
got a
the
shoe,
worst way
right?
to get paid if
That
you
go
want to
to
get a major payout.
Some pants I have.
There are actually
I got
better
clothes
and
in the
faster ways
storage
to
too,
get
right?
paid.
Check this out.
Like
I
the
just
new
want
crash.
to do this right quick.
you know, whatever. So she's claiming he, like so many of these cases with celebrity males, these women are with them. Like, you know, they're saying,
I know
he
you
great.
niggas that know me probably ain't never seen me wear these before. But I have some shoes, and I've owned these shoes. Matter of fact, I've owned these pants. These pants right here that you see. I owned these pants for like 5+ years. 5+ years. And probably wore them 2 times. 5+ years. You know what I'm saying? And I got some Vapor Max that go to these. Oh man. The orange with the, I'm talking about killing them. You niggas gotta wear all y'all money on y'all sleeve or show that shit. Me, I don't want to wear my money. I don't want to show it. I want that shit in my bank account. You know what I'm saying? I don't want none of that paper, because that paper don't value shit. That paper is 10s and 20s, 100s and all that shit. That shit ain't nothing, man. That's nothing, man. It's nothing. Money is nothing, Playboy. Like, you niggas be, you know what I mean? I don't even want to do this, but I will. You know what I'm saying? I will, just to show you what I mean. When the niggas be, you know, I feel you that you ain't never had no money, so you gotta show this shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. I feel your pain that you ain't never had it, so you gotta show it. I feel where you coming from. Hey, I feel where you coming from. You gotta show your money. You know what I'm saying? I can get up here all day and do this shit. It don't mean nothing. It's nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. I can get out and make this shit every day. Every day. And I don't sell drugs, my nigga. I don't sell drugs. Not at all. You ain't gonna see me selling drugs. Motherfuckers think I'm living off another person's. No. Bro. No. I ain't living off nobody else's expense. I don't know where you think I got my funds from, but I really don't go into that or speak about that. You know what I mean? But I said that to say this. I'm not no drug dealer. I'm not no scammer, no fraud. And
But
I'm
then he had a
definitely not.
relationship with her, right? Shannon Sharp didn't.
Right here, what he's saying. Playing the lawsuit lottery.
Hiding in a stairwell or some bushes and jumping out and grabbing her. Just like Harvey Weinstein or a lot of these people, they had ongoing relationships, and the women say, "Oh well, you know, I was intimidated into it." How are you intimidated by someone 1,000 miles away? So Shannon, in an effort to, so she's suing him for $50 million, saying he raped her. But of course, there's no criminal charges. Her lawyer is Tony Busby.
Oh, I got to get out of here.
Busby
I didn't even want to go too much into our prophet speaking about this here. We got a overview of, you know, what's going on with the Shannon Sharpe, and I think we got plenty coverage on it for us right now. You know what I mean? I got to get up out of here. I got work, but we're gonna get back into some things when I get off. We definitely gonna get back into some things. You know what I mean? So let's just table this for right now, and we see what the days bring. Hey man, I'm gonna get with y'all.